Security is a choice between filing for your benefits early or late, but it's way more complicated than that. Your decision could trigger an avalanche of taxes not only on your Social Security benefits, but also on your IRA and 401k withdrawals. You could double your Medicare premiums and forfeit thousands of dollars every year in other benefits. That's why this decision cannot be taken lightly, because the difference between your best and worst case scenarios could be hundreds of thousands of dollars in lifetime income.
Well then, Scott, so what's the best advice you can give our viewers today?
Learn how you could wring every nickel out of your Social Security benefits at a one-night adult education class called Retirement Planning 101. Think of it as Cliff Notes of retirement planning. We condense decades of financial planning experience into just a few hours. Now, each class is taught by one of our fiduciary advisors, personally trained by me. You'll learn the critical strategies about maximizing Social Security, reducing your taxes, paying for your health care, and so much more. And your tuition for the class? All we ask is that you bring 3 canned goods, which we donate to the St. Louis Crisis Nursery.
Such a great organization. Thanks so much, Scott. These Retirement Planning 101 classes fill up quickly, so reserve your seat now by calling 314-850-6710. That's 314-850-6710.
The previous paid content was sponsored by Financial and Tax Architects.
No matter the style, Window Nation windows increase the curb appeal of your home.
Thanks, Aaron.
People have asked me to curb my appeal, but that's impossible.
Buy 2 windows, get 2 free. No payments for 24 months. Window Nation, the perfect fit.
Get ready for her life, her music, her legend. Live on stage, The Cher Show.
Coming to the Steeple Theater for 2 shows only, April 10th and 11th.
First Alert 4. For your community, for you.
Now at 6:30, we are confronting conflict in and out of the classroom as school violence continues trending. And trusting artificial intelligence, it's becoming harder. How to spot fakes from reality, we'll have more on that. But first, tonight's top headlines. A man is now charged in a deadly double shooting on a Metro bus Monday. Police say they caught Anthony Frazier in a car which was taken in a carjacking. He has a very long criminal history, and in light of this shooting, Metro says it is upping security on buses and at bus stops. The Illinois State Capitol on lockdown today following a threat. State troopers did a sweep of the Capitol but did not find anything. Right now, investigators are trying to pin down who made that threat. Nashville police giving us new surveillance showing the last time a missing Mizzou student was seen. 22-year-old Riley Strain disappeared on Friday after getting kicked out of a bar. Police have had very little luck tracing down his whereabouts, and they can't even ping his phone right now. Let's turn things over to Steve.
It's going to get a little active this week, Corey. In fact, we have a First Alert Weather Day. That's on Thursday, so we've got some time before that happens. I'll detail that in a second. But in the meantime, we actually have a chance of rain tonight, not this evening. If you're headed out, you do not need the umbrella for your evening plans. This is going to be after midnight. We're going to get hit with some rain and perhaps some thunder showers. They're developing now off to the west. They'll weaken as they move our way, but still bring some rain and some rumbles of thunder between about midnight and 5 a.m. Until then, let's enjoy the vestiges of a great day. 75 right now, 71 out in O'Fallon, Illinois. Chesterfield at 73. Really nice, comfortable temperatures for a March evening. We'll drop down to the 60s, though, pretty quickly. We're at 64 by 8 p.m. Clouds will be on the increase. It's mild and dry. After midnight, we get into that chance for a few thunder showers. I'll map that out, along with the chance for some stronger storms that come on Thursday. And you'll see we're at a level 1 severe threat, a level 2 farther to the west. The timing here on Thursday is going to be late afternoon, evening, hail, wind, even an isolated tornado threat. But again, we've got the rain and storm chances even before that moves in. So I'll map it all out for you on the First Alert Super Predictor. That's an hour-by-hour timing for you coming up in just a bit.
Breaking news here at 6:30. Just some really sad news to pass along. First Alert 4 just confirming that a stabbing involving a child this afternoon has now turned deadly. We have learned the victim is a 14-year-old boy. This happened around 3 this afternoon around the corner from Jennings Junior High School after a group of around 100 kids gathered there. County police are handling this case at this point. They say they have no suspects in custody. And in the coming days, county police tell us they are planning to increase patrols at Jennings Middle School. Well, this stabbing adding to a growing issue when it comes to our kids' safety. Tonight, First Alert 4 is confronting conflict. A fight near Hazelwood East High School last Friday has one child in jail and another still hospitalized. Video of that clash continues to go viral, and we warn you, the video is hard to watch. It shows two girls fighting before one of them begins slamming the other's head repeatedly into the ground. Police say the 15-year-old female in the video is charged with assault. A court will decide if she is charged as an adult. The girl seen lying on the ground remains in critical condition tonight. Well, this fight showing a growing trend here in the metro and really throughout the country. Last month, a 14-year-old student had his lip busted and ear ripped at McClure High School, and during the fall, several schools had to cancel or move their football games because of brawls. So joining me now is Dr. Marty Casey with the Ungun Institute, a company working on a de-escalation tactics and really finding solutions for some of this violence that we are seeing with our youth. So Dr. Casey, really appreciate you being here. I know your organization is about the solutions, and we're going to get there in just a minute. But from your conversations that you're having with youth in the community, what is leading to some of this violence that we are seeing with these fights that are happening in schools?
Corey, if we do what we call trauma tracing, we go all the way back to the lifestyle of the youth. We go back to the environment. We go back to the relationship with parents, with what's happening inside of their community, along with the environment and the culture of the school. All of those things combined makes for a recipe sometimes where violence is going to be cooked up. So what we have to do, we have to take the individuals and see exactly what's happening. My concern with the fight that we were talking about, I want to know what was happening, what type of relationship was between those two young ladies before the fight took place. And we all have to take some accountability, because for those who may have seen some things brewing on social media, for parents who may have overheard some conversations and coming home and saying, I'm having some issues with so-and-so and so-and-so, and this is what's happening, that is the time for us to act. We cannot wait until it gets to the violent act itself taking place. We have to start stepping in the core, in the beginning of the situations. That's where we're losing, if you will. We're too late.
And let's talk about some of the solutions in the Ungun Institute on doing some of these things and stepping in immediately to try to prevent some of these things that we are seeing happen.
Yeah. Yeah, it's all about the preventative work. But in order to do that, you have to know the tools and the techniques that it will take so these children can practice these things. This is not like, hey, I want you to be on your best behavior, go to school, you go to school to learn, come home and all is well. Because that's just not the way it is today. I mean, there's so many different things that we have to take into account as to, I could be raising my child one way at home, but when they go into an environment where there's many different things happening and with backstories of other children, trauma's transferable, right? So my child will not be exempt from those things that's happening. What about the children that was just walking down the street trying to get to the house when the fight took place? They just bared witness to something, and now those things is in their mind. Now they have fear. Now they're waiting for something to happen, and they have to be ready to react to that. That's what we don't want. We want them to be able to respond. And the only way that we can get them to respond is by teaching them tools and techniques to help them stay calm and to stay safe and make the proper decisions, to be able to communicate what's happening in advance.
And a lot of people will say, well, we got to start at home, and we got to have, some tough conversations with all of our kids about, what to do, what not to do. But other than that, your organization focuses on trauma and dealing with some of that trauma. So what, after parents maybe see some of this that has happened in that fight, how do you talk to your child about some of the things like that's going on?
Well, first of all, I need everyone to understand that trauma has no race, face, or place. So you can't say that it starts at home, because wherever your child is, trauma can follow, trauma can happen, they can be triggered, things can begin to escalate wherever they are. So you need to give them the tools and techniques that's necessary to keep them safe wherever they are, whether they're in your presence or they're at school or they're in the community. Again, this happened inside the community, but I guarantee you that the relationship of these two girls, they met at school. Okay, and they live in two different households. So we got to consider the entirety of everything. We have to work this out together. This is not a race issue to me unless we make it one. That's not what this is. This is an issue of violence that continues to perpetrate. We have right now an epidemic of violence that's happening in our society. And to be honest, in our city, it's been going on for quite some time because we haven't taken the time to really funnel the money and putting it behind the healing of these children. They experienced the unrest of Ferguson. We're coming up on 10 years in August. And there have not been healing aspects in place. All those children that never received any counseling, anyone to talk to about how they feel. We're going to continue to see the violence rise. Every single day you're going to see fights break out. Today it's this school, tomorrow it's going to be this school. 3 days from now, it'll be a school somewhere far away from where you don't even know where a child, even attends there.
Yeah. So what are some of the things that the Ungun Institute that you can do to help families and help our youth and that you are doing currently?
Train the trainers. We are here to train the trainers. We, unfortunately, do not have enough time to go inside every single school that needs us because right now every school needs us. But we do have enough time to train trainers to where if you are working with children, if you're a social worker, if you're working in the community, if you're a pastor, you are a nurse, you could use our tools and techniques, and wherever you are servicing the community and these children, we can train you on what to do and how to respond to keep these babies safe. I brought this here, and I know they probably can't see this, but I just want to just show you that trauma. We have two choices here. We can keep going down this road where there's killing and broken communities, and that keeps us on that cycle of violence, or we can choose that path of healing, and that brings us to building safer communities. And that happens in that triangle effect where parents, schools, and communities together have to keep that child safe. Inside of it, it takes you and I. I told you when you all called me, you're a media source. How you tell this story will matter on what's going to happen and how we respond to it outside. I thank you, Corey, for allowing me to speak this story from a place of sharing with everyone that the time is now.
Yeah.
It's right now. Our babies need us right now. Since I've been here, you had a story to break about violence at another school. Right? Yeah. 100 students fighting. It probably only started with 2, but because trauma is transferable, 98 other students was involved in it. Yeah. Yeah. So what are we going to do? What side are we going to choose? Are we going to continue to kill, or are we going to heal? I'm on the healing side, and I'm asking others to join me. So I'm hoping that they contact us at unguninstitute.com today so that they can sign up for our next Train the Trainers. And let's do something about our city.
It's an important conversation, and we'll continue to have the conversation, make some changes. All right, Dr. Casey, really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
And we'll be right back.
In St. Louis, weather can change in an instant.
That's why you need a team that's always ready.
First to alert you to changes before you start your day.
And first to alert you what's coming tomorrow.
The early first alert on this.
Lots to get you caught up on this morning.
So let me give you the breakdown about what we're seeing.
So here's the newest timing.
And when weather takes a turn for the worse,
threatening weather that could move in.
Tomorrow is a First Alert weather day. You'll be the first to know with First Alert weather.
First Alert for weather, always ready.
See world-class acrobats and jugglers, gravity-defying trapeze artists, and the Globe of Death. Plus, your family will enjoy face painting, pony and camel rides, the Moolah Shrine Clowns, and our all-new carnival games.
Score big on beautiful new floors with Refloor's Slam Dunk Savings. It's Markdown Mania with free installation. Plus 10% off for cash, plus payments as low as $22 a month. It's never been more affordable to make your floors the MVP of your home. Our winning team brings the store to you with installation as soon as the very next day. Don't let the clock run out on this deal. Beat the buzzer and call 844-REFLOOR now.
St. Louis isn't just an arch or a river. It's people working hard to provide for their families. When an accident threatens their future, we fight to get the justice they deserve. Brown and Crouppen, with justice for all.
The perfectly melted cheese, the juicier patty, the golden bun, it's all here. Rubble, rubble. Well, it was a second ago.
Try a delicious and melty triple cheeseburger today for just $2.99.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
If you've ever wanted to run away to the circus, here's your chance. Come to the Moolah Shrine Circus at the St. Charles Family Arena, March 21st through 24th. Plus, kids under 12 are free with the coupon you'll find at moolah.org.
This edition of First Alert 4 is brought to you by Refloor. Call 844-REFLOOR for the last new floor you'll ever buy, guaranteed.
Welcome back. It is a story we have told you about for years. Several communities in the Metro East living in food deserts, unable to access fresh food. Just last year, a Save-A-Lot and Walmart closed within days of each other in Cahokia Heights, leaving residents searching for other ways to put food on the table. Well, now Illinois lawmakers are proposing legislation to bring more food resources to residents. One of the bills would give grants for equipment upgrades for farmer-owned grocers and markets, and the Department of Agriculture would be pushed to increase food distribution. For children, a grant program would be created, giving $7,500 per school to provide breakfast to children. And to expand on that, another bill would provide free breakfast and lunch to all Illinois students at all grade levels. It is quickly advancing and becoming something you interact with every single day. But trust in the technology, well, that's dwindling. What you should be aware of. Next.
I was having a lot of sinus infections. My sinuses were clogged, pressure, headaches.
Linda suffered for years with chronic sinus infections. Now, her issues are gone. How? A minimally invasive procedure done in the office of St. Louis Sinus Center called balloon sinuplasty.
I would do it again in a heartbeat, and I would definitely recommend it for someone else.
Do you suffer with chronic sinus infections? Set an appointment today with St. Louis Sinus Center.
Lizard King, didn't you have a complicated claim recently?
Oh, I had Buddy and Bud here do an old-fashioned stakeout.
There she is. Got you now, you old bird. Not you, the old lady. Let's see if she's really hurt. Ah, look at that. Perfectly healthy. It's like yoga to me.
So you used that picture to strong armor into a lowball settlement? I love it.
Up top.
Call Andrew Law at 314 or 618-9 million.
Get an 11% rebate on everything at Menards. Add style and comfort to your home with our wide selection of Hunter ceiling fans. This Colby indoor-outdoor ceiling fan is $99.98 after rebate. Add comfort to your living space with carpet from Marquee Industries. Grandstand carpet is luxuriously soft, making it perfect for your home. Plus, it has a touch pad for easy installation. Get it now for only $189 per square foot after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
At Easter Seals, we're on a mission to enhance the health and happiness of people with disabilities and families. Whether we're with you at home providing personalized support, in our clinics offering therapy and assessments, or bringing communities together through support groups and respite, we're helping thousands of people every year live their healthiest lives. Enhancing health and happiness for people with disabilities, communities, and families. That's just one of the ways Easter Seals is leading the way to 100% equity, inclusion, and access for people with disabilities.
Artificial intelligence is rapidly advancing and becoming a part really of our daily workload. But as companies all across the country use it, public trust in the technology is actually dwindling. We are putting that into focus tonight.
I was designed to save the world. People will look to the sky and see hope. I'll take that from them first.
Avengers Age of Ultron, coming out in 2015, showing an invention of artificial intelligence trying to take over the world.
There's only one path to peace.
But close to a decade later, AI quickly becoming a part of our everyday lives, even finding a cavity at the dentist office.
The system noted a possible area of infection or a fracture of the tooth.
Meant to make things easier and safer.
20 of these fire sensors are coming to Maui, and here are their proposed locations, and they're aiming to have them here by next month.
Even bringing the king himself back to life. But still creating challenges.
AI-driven information operations could target government officials or certain segments of the public.
And now a cause for a lack of trust.
AI has become a sophisticated weapon that can be effectively utilized by even the most unsophisticated scammers.
Well, take a look at this. Axios reports globally, trust in AI companies has dropped 53%. That is down from 61% 5 years ago. And in the United States, trust has dropped 15% over that same time period. So joining me now is Sarah Wetzel with the Better Business Bureau. Sarah, really always appreciate your time. So we are seeing more and more of this technology being used in order to scam people by bad actors. Let's talk about when it comes to emails or any kind of electronic communications that way. What do people need to watch out for when it comes to those, and it could be written by AI?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and first, just to preface it, is that this is something consumers are going to have to keep their eye on because as technology evolves, AI evolves, these tips are going to change too. But right now, what you need to look for in text is look for typos. And the interesting thing is it used to always be, look for typos if there's grammatical errors. That was the red flag. Now it's almost you want to hope to see a typo because that means that it's actually a human. Because with AI, there are no mistakes, and that's just not likely. We have human error. There is going to be, you forget the apostrophe, you forget a comma somewhere. So look to see if it's almost too perfect. Another thing is check for incorrect information. A lot of times these data bots are only trained on certain data sets, and so their information may be outdated. It also may be very repetitive, and so they only have key phrases or words, and they just may repeat that. That could be a red flag. Check the tone. It's obviously going to sound very robotic, very emotionless. Humans are going to have more casual language, some slang to it. And then finally, if it just sounds off, double check it somewhere. Go to a trustworthy source and see what you're receiving in text is actually true or not.
And Sarah, when it comes to deep fake videos and images, really those are coming up all of the time. So they aren't new, but what are the ways to spot some of these fake photos that we're seeing?
Yeah, and that is so hard, Corey. So sometimes you have to back up and just look at the context of that photo and if that makes sense. Or, if they're trying to urge you to send money, that's sometimes a red flag. If it's a politically driven photo, or are they trying to get a reaction out of you? Or is it a loved one? That's really what you have to be careful of, because if it's a loved one, you want to reach out to them directly and make sure that it's actually them. You also just, want to zoom in, look and see if there's anything distorted. Maybe you see a celebrity or a politician or a loved one again, and it just seems off. Zoom in and see if there's anything, like I said, distorted. Sometimes we see like a coffee cup that's not on the table. Maybe it's floating. You also want to look at accessories like glasses, jewelry, things like that that just seem off. And then also those physical traits. There's some less advanced AI, and it's really hard for them to get those physical traits. Sometimes we may see, the ears that are off, hands and toes, fingers. Sometimes hands have the wrong amount of fingers. So really look at all those little things. And then also use a reverse image search. Go to Google Images or TinEye. You can put that image in there and see if it's being used on other sites online. And that's, will really let you know that this is probably a scam image that's being used other places. It could help show where the origin is from or if it's fake or not.
And are there similar things you can do for actual videos?
Yes, absolutely. Whenever you're looking for videos, for that you really want to look for like blur spots or flickering lights. A lot of times AI generated videos will have where flickering is just on the person that's talking or off to the side or in the background. Another thing is just looking for things that just don't sound right. So listen very closely. If the inflection seems off, if there's choppy sentences, or also if the background noise does not match up with the location where they're at, that's a red flag. And then finally, when it comes to audio, if it's a loved one, there too, just call that person, because what scammers are doing are using AI generated phone calls to impersonate a loved one, a friend, and at the end of the day, they're trying to get your money and your personal information.
It's so sad that's happening too, but we know it's happening. This AI is, we're gonna have to get used to it because the technology is there, but some very good words of wisdom for us. Sarah, thank you. And we want your take. Do you use artificial intelligence? Is it technology you trust, or is it something maybe that needs more oversight? You can email us at yourtake@firstalert4.com. We'll be right back.
The FBI's are back.
Is there going to be another attack?
I was trying to find the guy who tried to kill my team.
This hack could be one guy to laptop.
We can't wait any longer. Breach.
We're already in danger.
This guy is wanted for murder.
CBS Tuesday is FBI Night.
Hopefully they don't send us the bill for that.
New episodes tonight at 8/7 Central on CBS and streaming on Paramount+.
Our brands have coated over 50 million square feet of concrete and have served tens of thousands of happy customers. People choose us because our coatings are 4 times stronger than epoxy, ridiculously easy to clean, and are all backed by our extensive lifetime warranty. Visit the website or call the number for your new floor today.
In here, you can expect to find crystal clear audio, expansive display space, and more comfort for everyone. But we still left room for all the unexpected things you'll find out here. The new 2024 Grand Cherokee lineup. Jeep, there's only one.
During the Jeep Celebration event, purchase and get $4,500 total cash allowance on most 2024 Jeep Grand Cherokee L models. Don't miss this great offer.
I just love dancing, so I was always willing to dance through the pain. Since visiting the Good Feet store and wearing the arch supports and being pain-free now, my mood and my energy has drastically improved. Once that energy gets into you, double spins.
The Ozarks, it's more than a place, it's a feeling. It's the feeling of disconnecting from the modern world and connecting with the ones we love. It's a feeling of exploring something old and experiencing something new. And if you listen to your heart, you'll hear it calling. Silver Dollar City, the heart of the Ozarks.
You've been hurt in a car accident and don't know what to do. Well, I have good news. We're Brown and Crouppen. You can call us for free, and we can handle everything online for free. Brown and Crouppen, we don't get paid until you do.
Our brands have coated over 50 million square feet of concrete and have served tens of thousands of happy customers. People choose us because our coatings are 4 times stronger than epoxy, ridiculously easy to clean, and are all backed by our extensive lifetime warranty. Visit the website or call the number for your new floor today.
Few chances for storms over the next few days, so let me map out the timing for you. One is actually tonight, midnight to 5 a.m. It's not severe, but showers, some thunder possible. Let's keep an eye on Wednesday evening. It's a lower chance because the storms may not develop, but isolated storms could develop and end up producing some hail. So we'll have to watch that for Wednesday evening. Check back for updates on that. The bigger focus right now is Thursday. It's a first alert weather day. A few storms possible in the morning, but the severe threat would be late afternoon and the evening when a cold front comes through. Until then, we still have mild flow, mild days ahead of us too. The chance for rain tonight is developing off to the west, and again, midnight to 5 a.m. is when that will move through. You'll see that on the first alert super predictor. There's 11, it's still off to the west. Then here we are at 3 a.m., shower, thunder shower coming through St. Louis. Then it's east by the morning drive. Much of Wednesday will be dry. We'll keep an eye on the evening for sure, but the morning drive is dry. 53, we're at 70 by noon. It's another mild day. 77 degrees for the high. And 6 o'clock and beyond, let's keep an eye out for those isolated storms that may pop up. And we'll keep an eye on that for Wednesday evening. Right now, it's not a first alert weather day because I think the rain chance, the storm chance is so low. And I think the better chance is actually north of our area. Thursday, though, scattered storms, and that's a first alert weather day. Late afternoon, evening. I'm going to narrow that timing as we get better data on when the cold front's going to move through. So stay tuned for updates on that. But that Thursday is the one to pay attention to for hail, wind, even an isolated tornado threat. Rain may linger a little past midnight, but then it dries out. Friday's cooler, 60 for the high, a lot of cloud cover. 64 Saturday. 55 on Sunday is actually about normal for St. Patrick's Day, but it is breezy and cool. And we get a little chill on Monday. The high's only in the 40s. So a little cool down Sunday into Monday. Some storms ahead of us this week.
Certainly a little drop off from where we are now. All right, Steve, thank you. That does it for us here at 6. Have a great evening. We'll see you back here at 10.
Always be first. Download the First Alert 4 News app today.
Sometimes clouds tell a story. Could be a break in the storm or something more dangerous on the horizon. I see what's coming. It's important to me to get it right so you know first, because weather can change everything. Your plans, your safety, your life. First Alert 4 Weather, we're putting you first every day.
Imagine yourself in a new Toyota. So, which one do you want? This one. Wow.
Get 2.25% APR for up to 48 months on a Tundra or Tundra Hybrid with KBB Best Resale Value. Toyota. Let's go places.
Excuse me. Sorry. I need to cancel my membership. Disgusting. They said I had to come in person to cancel.
You have your birth certificate?
No, I think it's my mom has it in Ohio.
Canceling your gym membership is hard. Hiring Morgan & Morgan for your injury is easy.
Excuse me, members. We have a quitter.
Forget it. Yeah, I'll keep it.
See ya.
It's this way.
Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm, is easy.
Here's what you need.
This spring is the perfect time to get away.
Do it like this.
With a great deal on your favorite Hyundai model.
Do it like this.
All backed by America's best warranty, plus 3 years or 36,000 miles of complimentary maintenance. Add more joy to your journey at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Get in and get away now before these deals are gone. Lease the Tucson for $259 a month or get 0% APR or up to $1,500 bonus cash. Hurry, offers end soon.
Get an 11% rebate on everything at Menards. Why settle for a plain ceiling when Menards carries stylish and durable ceiling tile options? Armstrong ceiling tiles offer a variety of styles that are easy to install. Get the Brighton 2x2 ceiling tile for only $339 each after rebate. We offer a great in-stock selection of utility lighting, ready to take home today. Get a 2-pack of 2x4 LED panels for $99.99 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
Imagine yourself in a new Toyota.
Wow.
Nice.
Thanks, bud.